Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is just a test. If the internet is good, we shall proceed with our Astro 101. And I think it's doing well. Well, let's not jinx it. I haven't done this because it's been a crazy time with my wifey. Wifey. Okay, with my Wi-Fi. Okay. So welcome to everybody who's coming in. And if the connection is gonna keep doing good, not just the romantic connection, our Wi-Fi connection, then we shall proceed. So far, so good. I hope that this is gonna last, the internet. Okay. Hello to everybody joining in the room. Oh my god, people are just waiting for me to go live, I guess. I have other things ahead of my schedule. Can you guys hear me? I forgot the question also. Please send me a smiley if you guys can hear me. Oh, there's a smiley. Okay. There's a smiley. Hello, everybody. You guys can hear me, right? Can you send a smiley? Because I'm just testing this out first. If everything is good, then we shall proceed. Hello, everyone. Okay, there's a lot of smiley. Ah, thank goodness. There's audio, there's Wi-Fi. There is there is a higher power that is blessing us today, which is good, even though my day has started a little bit Rocky Balboa, Sylvester Stallone. Okay. That's my life. Okay. A little bit Manny Pacquiao here and there. 100 people with a lot of smiley. Oh my god. I think we need to have a giveaway. I give everybody the smile and the hug. Thank you, Sal. Digital. Take it. Okay, let's drink some tea. Cheers, everyone. We're gonna go live. I mean, we're live. Okay. So, oh, a lot of smiley. Ah, thank goodness. 100 people in the room. Thank you very much. We are gonna begin. We are gonna begin. I don't think that's right. We're about to start. This is your moon through different houses. This is gonna be either 4 parts or 2 parts. We don't know yet because I do have to go to my store in Los Angeles and the helicopter is waiting for me. Okay. And I'm just borrowing Chris Jenner's helicopter. Okay. I ride in the tail. Now in my country we have here, what do you call that when you ride a jeepney and then you have to angkas, angkas. So Charles doesn't know the angkas. Okay. Angkas. And then in the estrebo. Estrebo is like in the jeepney, in the side. And then you just make kalampag. And then baba na. Para. So I am mumbling. I know. I'm just excited because I haven't gone live. And then now I see everybody here. Also, do we know all our placements in our chart? Let me put there. If you're waiting for your Astronova, please check your email. I will put the link here for the chart. Oh, and always reach out. Let me turn on camera 2. Let's see. Camera 2. Oh, we have camera 2 ready. I'm happy. Everybody's happy today. Contact support. Okay. Don't DM us because we don't respond to it there because these are all confidential. Okay. So we can do on our social media. Okay, so salbidera.com. I don't know my name. Okay. Leave it to my K2. Okay. Contact support at Salbiadora. That's where you reach out. Okay? And then we respond to that. Now, if you are patient, I appreciate that. And if you're impatient, I don't appreciate. I'm just being real. Okay? It's a one-man show here. So if you expect that I am a Burger King, Hermes, darling. Hermes. Okay, like this is an artwork that we're doing. So if you're rushing, you cannot rush art. I mean Michelangelo. I mean you can go through the list and then Salvador Biadora. Thank you. So if you're rushing, don't. Okay, it's not meant then. Okay, so we'll just issue you a refund. And if it's on delay, I appreciate it was on delay. I just have to be honest because I had a lot of things that I was getting into. That's why I stopped the classes first because I need to catch up with that. Check your spam folder and your inbox. Are we ready? So this is the moon through different houses. I feel like there's gonna be 4 parts. Because it's already, how long now? 5 minutes? Okay. And I'm still doing my introduction. So the moon in different houses. Okay, we just had the lunar eclipse. That's the moon right there in different houses. If you've gotten your report from us, thank you very much. Let me put here link for chart. I will also limit the admission. Okay, admission. Okay, because I feel that I won't be able to take as much because it is the holidays. Let me just put there, so for people who's looking for chart, that's the Astronova. And let me see here. There are some items that is gonna be discontinued, such as pairing. So there we go. How important is the moon? That's the first question. How about this is a moon introduction first? How important is the moon? I'm just overwhelmed because I love live. How important is the moon? Very. Okay, very. In sidereal astrology, we learn to read the chart before the ascendant because the ascendant came later in the method that we do. Because we're more familiar with the moon because we know where the moon is in the constellation during 5,000 years ago. So sidereal is not new; it is the oldest. Okay, among the sciences of astrology. Okay. And then of course there's a lot. We love Western, we love Chinese, we love all these kinds of different astrology. But that is in reference to how we date back reading from the moon. So this is 20 what? We're 2021 now. So 5,000 years ago, this has been practiced already. Okay. So and we're just hearing this right now. I know. We're just hearing this right now. The moon is very important. Why? Okay. Why is it important? Because where our moon sign is, this is supposed to be the houses, where the moon sign is, that's where our mind is. So we can have a moon in Pisces, we can have a moon in Sagittarius, you can have a moon in Capricorn, you can have a moon in Scorpio, okay? 12 zodiac, you have all different moons. So everybody thinks differently, right? You can have an ascendant in Aries, but your moon is Pisces, then you think like a Pisces. You don't think like an Aries. Because then an Aries moon would think like an Aries. So when you're reading yourself, your own chart, you have to look at the moon on how you are responding to the world because that's the moon. So that's why it's very, very important to understand how our mind works. And then you can get, you can learn how other people thinks, which is other moon. There are moons that is complementary to each other, and this can be your best friend. You find yourself each other. It's like, oh, we just hit it off because you guys are alike. Both of you are crazy. Okay, the moon was crazy. Okay, exactly. So that's the moon. So give me 1 second, guys. Okay, so the chart is there already. So for anyone wondering, I pinned it already if you want to get your chart. Okay? Okay, so I want to say hi to everybody. I am not ignoring the chat room. I am just denying attention so I can focus on the class. Thank you. So, as the moon, we call it Chandra. Ugh, I really won't do the houses, am I? Okay. So, it's called Chandra, the goddess moon. We call it Chandra Lagna when we read your chart based on the moon sign. Oh, you love this, Amanda? Thank you. I love everybody there. Okay, in the room. Aries, hello. Perry, okay, hello. I'll give a roll call later for the class. So, eyes in me. Not in. Eyes in front. Chandra Lagna. This is when you are reading your chart based on the moon. So, get your moon chart. Okay? Now, our mind keeps changing, isn't it? But our body never. I don't know. Pandemic happened. I evolved during the pandemic from a Pikachu to Peekaboo. That's me. Okay. It's been trying to trim down though. Okay. So the moon always changes, waxing and waning. After a full moon, which we just had, right? We had a full moon. Then it's gonna be full. Okay. Full moon. Then it's gonna be waning, waxing, and waning. So during the full moon, everything is at full strength for manifestation, which is very good. but I'm going off topic. Okay. But with the moon, during the full moon, this is the time where people go crazy, they say. They only go crazy because they're not aligned with who they are. It's a wake-up call. That's what normally happens. It's a wake-up call. And that's why all of a sudden it's like, oh, I thought I'm going crazy. No, the moon is talking to you, telling you make up your mind, do the right thing. Okay, so people go crazy during the full moon. That's how I would see it. And then of course, there's the new moon, which is not auspicious for starting any kind of new project because the moon is now losing its strength, gaining strength going to the full, okay, and then losing strength when it's going to the new moon. You got me there. So the moon is the mom. Okay. So we'll cancel the houses, I guess. Nothing ever gets in my lesson plan. Okay. The moon is the mom. How the relationship is to the mom is very important. Because the mom is the natural nurturer. Now I wanna excuse already, the subject if you have difficult issues, if you have issues with your mom, okay? Now if this is a sensitive topic, I just want to give a disclaimer, we're talking about moms and some people can get triggered, okay? So I'm sorry about that. Okay. So you can move down to the next 2 doors, look for Rahu subject. Kidding. That's more scary. So relationship to the mom has to be very good. Who loves their mom over here? And you as a mom, do you love your mom? So relationship to the mom has to be good. Now this is something that we all have to work with. Just saying. Okay. Learning to love is a challenge. Learning to understand our parents is a challenge. Loving our mom is a work. Hi, mom. Okay. All right. So, because we all know, growing up, we have our own conflicts with the moon. We all have conflicts with our sun, which is the father. So we all have our karma. But healing this relationship, which is very, very good for our karma. So before we start talking about more of the moon, we need to heal the connection with our mom, with the moon sign. Now, for people who doesn't have a mom, okay, you can also connect with someone who's motherly. Who mothered you, parent you, mother, okay, mommy. My teleprompter is not working right now. Someone who has cared for you, there you go, nurtured you, who was a reflection of your of a mother image. Okay. There you go. So you guys like it when I'm like this. So love your mom. Okay. Very important if you're starting a business, get the blessing from the mom. Yes. And the son, of course. If you're starting a career, ask a blessing from the mom. It will create so much, how to say this, when the moon is against you, you will go crazy. Let me just explain. Okay. Because you need both the yin and yang. You need both of the support of the king and queen, which is the sun and the moon, in order for you to be success in life. Success is different in different people, okay? When I say success, to have an emotionally fulfilling life every day. When you have difficulty with the moon or the sun, then of course you're always tormented about having issues with the parents, especially with the mom. So heal that, okay? So that's something important about the moon. Now, if we were gonna go to the moon also, the moon is our mind, like what I was mentioning earlier. Okay. Did I pin it? Okay, so for anyone who's watching, you can get in the description, okay? The chart, Astro chart. So what else we can talk about the moon? The moon is our cash flow, liquid, money. Okay, I don't know how to draw a liquid. Okay, I don't know. That's liquid. That's a river. Okay. So it's water. It's water. Moon is a water. So it's water. So that's why when people say, "Are you liquid?" You have cash. The moon is cash, liquid. So this is very important for entrepreneurs. Your moon sign is very, very important. If the moon is not strong, I wouldn't advise you to have your own business. But we have to look at the Navamsha. You have to look at the D1, and then before we can, and we have, of course, we look at the D10, of course. Because if you're trying to, because we know in business, cash is king. So this is something that is very important. Because there are a lot of business that doesn't stay liquid. I mean, that is liquid. The cash flow is coming. You want that. You want that. Because that's the only way that the business is going to grow. Because water nurtures, moon nurtures. So if there's a good moon sign, then the business is nurtured. It's just going to keep growing and flourish. I'm not going to discuss what a bad sign for moon is. Okay? Not here. Not today. Okay? Let's not discuss anything that's not good. Okay? If not for today, other days we will. I'll just say where it is exalted. So, the moon is exalted in Taurus. Okay. Exaltation means it gives 100%. It performs the best. It gives everything. Moon in Taurus. I beg to disagree though, because I've seen people whose moon in Taurus, the mom is not nice. Just saying. Yes, I've seen it. Okay. Which means there is conflict again. But maybe there are other aspects. Because you would normally see, if the moon is exalted, then the nurturing of the mom would have been given 100%. But there are times where I see like it didn't. That's why exalted, it does give 100% of the nurturing, but sometimes it doesn't still. Because there's other factors that we have to look into. So the moon is exalted in Taurus because moon's favorite wife is Rohini. And that's why it stays longer in Taurus. When the moon is entering Taurus, it will stay there normally the longest in Rohini. It's the most favored wife. It stays there. And that's why sometimes, it would take longer than usual when things are there. I mean when the moon is transiting Taurus. So this is where it's exalted. Moon is in Taurus. Now fine, I mean if without discussing the yin and yang, then I'm not giving you justice. Exalted in Kritika, sorry. Kritika Nakshatra, not Rohini, Kritika. Sorry, okay. Typo, okay. Kritika. Kritika, which is a sun-ruled nakshatra. Rohini is just the favorite, sorry. The favorite wife of the moon is Rohini, but moon is exalted in Kritika, which is ruled by the sun. Okay? Again, let me repeat before I reincarnate as a cockroach, talking about, astrology and giving wrong information. I don't want to be a cockroach. Okay? Been there, done that. So, Kritika, okay? So, when I was talking, I just jumped to a lot of things because I am very happy seeing you guys. Okay? So, I talk a lot about things. Okay. So, please, rewind, replay. Moon, Kritika, exalted. Rohini, favorite wife of the moon. Okay, there's a lot of stories about this whole moon sign. Okay. What else that you guys want to learn about the moon? What else do you guys want? Moon is also longevity of a person's life, but I'm not gonna go there. We look at the dignity of the moon, meaning how is it placed? It is the longevity. Okay? Because how strong the moon is, the mind, that's how strong the person can be here to be able to handle life itself. There are different aspects that the moon can shorten someone's longevity in life. Now, one thing about the moon that is very significant for everyone, okay, that we need to understand is the specific time that you were born. I won't be able to explain much here, but you have to even look at Google or check it. What was the shape of the moon when you were born? Is it crescent? You know, it goes to different shapes, right? So check what it is. That will show how you are and how you think. Not just the nakshatra, but the shape of the moon itself. Now, there are times, of course, when if you were born in a new moon, you know, that's different, and then full moon is different. But you have to check. I won't be able to define it because I don't know the chart that you guys have. Does it make sense? But it's very important because in astrology, in sidereal, in Jyotish, we can look at the strength of the person from it. Okay? But again, that's a different day or topic. The moon is so powerful because the mind is so powerful. So a person who has positive thoughts always, you know, creates this whole aura of positivity, of course. But Jupiter is actually that part, not the moon. The moon is debilitated in Scorpio. Okay. If it's exalted in Taurus, opposite to it, okay, is Scorpio. Moon in Scorpio. Debilitated. What does it mean? Debilitated. 0% that the moon can give to the person. The moon does not function well there because it is complete darkness. It means that the person, not the person is dark, okay? The moon is struggling emotionally, mentally, in the depths of Scorpio. Doesn't mean it's bad. Doesn't mean it's bad. You can have different people who has moon in Scorpio that can be so good, okay? But it just means that the person is struggling mentally, emotionally, because it's deep. The person feels very, very deep. And that's something that we need to understand. People who have moon in Scorpio have this tendency to think deep. And we know if you think deep, you can go stress, anxiety, overthinking things, and we don't want that, of course, like constantly inside your head because the moon is so deep, constantly inside their head. So that's the thing with the moon in Scorpio. But you can have a good moon and still not be good thinker. Just letting you know. Because we have to look at the Navamsha, not just the Rashi. Now, since this is just a quick introduction for the moon, I just want to ask if you guys have any particular question related to the subject without veering away from our articles. Articles. Arte. Okay. I'm just gonna bring in the monitor right now, and I can see in the chat room. So for anyone who wants to get their chart, the Astronova is pinned there. Okay. And you can get it now. It does take time for us to make it. If you are in a rush, don't. It will not work out. Okay. Okay. So I'm now looking at the chat room. So hello everybody. If you have questions, violent reactions, unsolicited opinions, you can keep it to yourself. Okay. No. What's your question? Anybody? How moon affects partnership? Of course, it will affect the partner. The partnership because debilitated in Vishaka. Okay, nakshatra wise, if you're asking for the nakshatra, because the mind is so powerful. So how the other person thinks, and how you think, that needs to be seen if it's a moon in Taurus, if it's a moon in Scorpio, moon in Sagittarius, because there are certain placement of moon that are complementary to each other and some are not. So same thing as physical form, ascendant sign, it will affect also. We call this Dashakuta, 10 methods of compatibility, which means like we have to look at all the factors that the male's moon should be ahead of the female of the that's how it affects. So it should be ahead of the female. so that the male initiates. Okay? So if you want a masculine, which you want the masculine to initiate, you have to, how to say this? You have to, meaning, find a partner whose moon is ahead of you. Remedies for weak moon. With remedy, before we look at it as a problem, okay, we have to accept the karma. Remedies does not work without accepting the karma. If we accept that we are weak in this lifetime, you become strong already, because that weakness will not bother you anymore. It's only a weakness when you look at it from a perspective that there is someone strong. But when you look at the weakness as something that is of nature, is it really weak? It's not. Exactly. If I compare myself to Einstein, I am dumb. So I just don't look at Einstein. Thank you. Does it make sense? I'm not dumb then. Exactly. If I compare my mind to someone who has won a what's it called this that award? Yeah, I don't even know that award. Not famous. What do you call that? Nobel Peace Prize. Then my moon sign is stupid. Exactly. So I don't need to remedy my mind, isn't it not? I don't need to make myself smart. So the comparison of a weak moon to someone else or remedying a moon comes from the acceptance of karma. The mind can be very, very flexible. The moon sign can be very, very flexible. So yes, of course, we need remedy. Yes, of course, we can practice mantras and prayer. But before we do that, the acceptance of the karma, because we cannot veer away from what is supposed to be. If we are meant to be weak, we are meant to be weak because there's someone meant to be strong. But we're only weak if we look at the strong. But if we look at ourselves, then we're perfect. Thank you. I'm perfect. I don't look at Einstein. I would feel like, I look at Catriona Gray, if you don't know her. Then I feel like I'm not looking beautiful. Does it make sense? Can I research online and learn about the moon? Of course. Google is free. You can research online. Okay, what are the questions, guys? Okay. Thank you that you understand that you don't have a problem with your moon. You don't. Nobody has a problem with any planet. We only have a problem with them. Okay? The grahas doesn't have a problem with us. This is a mentality where people think that the planet controls us. The planet does not control us. The planet just grabs onto us and gives us this karma. How do you deal with it? This is what it is. How do you deal with it? You have your free will. Deal with it. So the remedy is suggested but not always recommended. Okay, question. I believe Pisces. Okay. Any question? Birth chart. Okay, is in the comments. Okay. Any more questions? Any more questions? Wow, there's 300 people in the room with no questions. You guys are all professors, I guess. I like this class. They're all gurus in different shape and form. Okay, so if we're talking about compatibility, Aries and Taurus compatibility, there's 10 ways. Okay, so we look at also your money, we look at your genitalia, your spirituality. You don't get compatibility with what's my moon sign and what's my sun sign. Yes, I am. Okay. I am telling you this right now, straight up front. You don't do that. That's high school. That is basically a horoscope for cosmopolitan. Okay. You come into the wrong room today. The professor looks so strict today. I'm just excited. This is me being excited in the class. Okay. So you can't do pairing in ascendant. You can. Everybody's talking about compatibility. I'm talking about moon sign. You can't. If your genitalia does not fit well with the other person's genitalia, okay, guna, is that what it's called? Not guna. I forgot what it's called. Then the compatibility is not there also. So it's not just your moon sign. Okay. This one says the chemistry. Anything else? Anything else that you guys have a question? There's 27 nakshatra combinations of the moon with specifics for each what do you call this? Pada. Sorry, for each of the pada. Does the moon placement influence if children are... Mm, um, because if children is concerned, we look at Jupiter. Because Jupiter is the karka, the significator of, to bear the child. Yeah. But if, of course, if it's your moon dasha and moon is in the 5th house, only if it's related to the 5th house. Yeah, see? I like that. My colleague agrees right away. I feel like I'm in the same level of my colleague. But if the moon is the ruler of the 5th house and moon is in the 5th house and you're having a moon dasha, then definitely a progeny will be given through the moon. Because it's specific time. And then, or antardasha. How can one work with their moon? I always say work with your mom first. That's the first moon that you will have, is the mom. I mean, the first influence. That's a big influence. Moon signifies the mother and the mental strength. Okay? What can you do to help overthinking, depression, anxiety for moon in Scorpio? Breathing exercise. Pranayama. The way that anxiety, depression, I am not a doctor. Okay. I am not a doctor. But speaking from, and yoga, of course, and speaking from experience, which means I had that before, experience through life, it's the breathing that helps us. Okay. So the oxygen that is not being given to the brain gives us stress, anxiety, depression, because there's not enough air inside the brain. So, again, I'm not a doctor, but pranayama and yoga, it's actually, there's 2 kinds of yoga, the asanas and the breathing exercise, right? Meaning the poses and the tumbling turn. I'm kidding. The asanas, which is the pose, and also the breathing. So the breathing is very important for us, okay? That's why if you constantly do breathing exercises in the morning, then slowly you'll be able to manage the stress. Stress is part of our life. How we handle it is different. Because once we reach a level of like, I cannot think, I can breathe, then anxiety and stress. So the breathing, how strong your breathing is, it helps the body flow to naturally, okay? Because it removes the blockage. So breathing exercises. Anything else? What if moon is with Rahu or Ketu in their chart? Then definitely we have some karma to work with. Okay. Having a moon in Ketu or moon in Rahu, this only signifies as the person have some karma with their mom tremendously. Okay. Now, since the moon is also ruler of the 4th house, which means there can also have some karma with real estate and properties, comfort in life. The person can be deprived of conveyances, which is cars, automobiles. The person can be deprived of their mom. So that's one thing that you will have or can have, okay, if it's moon in Rahu. But you can also be a person who is an outside of the box thinker, because Rahu is the future. So a person can be very, very creative with moon and Rahu. The sky's the limit with Rahu. So the mind is so powerful, actually. It's out of control. It's so powerful, it's out of control, that they will be a genius. They will be a creator of things that has never been created ahead of its time. So for people in reality, in real present time, they look crazy, but once the time, what they're creating comes around, then they look at it as like, wow, genius, Moon and Rahu. But it can also go reverse, from being genius to being opposite of it, which means the person can suffer mental, what do you call that? Mental. I forgot what it's called when you have some mental. I'm having fun, but I can't remember. What else? Mental instability. There you go. I'm not sure. This is sidereal, so the moon cannot have 2 signs with 59 degrees. Okay? I don't follow you. Okay? Sidereal placement. Anything positive related to moon in Scorpio? So, having a moon in Scorpio doesn't mean you're negative. It just means you're a moon in Scorpio. So, we have to remove ourselves from the positivity and negativity of each sign. It just only means if you have a moon in Scorpio, then there is a lot of past karma with the mom. Scorpio is the past life karma. So you have a current karma with your mom, which means you could be bearer of your mom's karma this lifetime. You have to work with that. Mm-hmm. Jupiter, Rahu, Moon, and Pluto. We don't do outer planets in sidereal. Mm-hmm. Okay. This is the only thing with Moon and Scorpio. They would really take their secrets to the grave, which is very Scorpio. Mm-hmm. They are good as a double agent. No, well, double agent, not double agent, as an agent. FBI, CIA, Special Forces. Because what they keep inside their head, you would have to kill me. It's not coming out. So it's known that they keep secrets good. Secret service, basically, right? So that's, one thing that is good with it. So if you align yourself to become such profession, then you're serving your Moon Scorpio very good. You're gonna do a good service for the country. Okay? You cannot really break them, the Moon is Scorpio. Their mind is impenetrable because it's so deep. You can't get inside it because they're all inside it. Okay? They have their own thing already inside their head. Impenetrable. Their mind is fixed. Fixed sign, Scorpio. Moon is in Leo, 9th house. Okay, Moon in Leo, well, it's having the Moon sits in the Sun house. This only, you can have a very overbearing mom, or father together with it because it's in the 9th house. Only means the mom, it can be, it depends if it's Mula Naksha, Mula Magha. Okay, if the Moon is in Leo and Magha, then we have a little bit of entitlement with regards to the mom. So how do you live with that kind of karma? It's up to you, because Magha is a part of the past life karma, which there is entitlement. Okay, because the throne room is Magha, the king sits in the throne room. So the mom can be placed in such a pedestal that you, for example, you're trying to marry. Let's just say you're trying to marry. It's gonna be very difficult. Mm-hmm. Okay. The moon, sorry, I'm just laughing because my colleague is also laughing because we have a common friend who is a moon in Leo, and we totally see this, which means that the mom is very entitled. Okay. To luxuries in life, like a queen. The mom has to be treated like a queen. And then and it goes on from there. Okay. Very hard for the person to find marriage because the mom can be high in society, look up to in society. Downsides of Rohini Moon. We want to look at the downside when it's an exalted sign. Okay. So if it's a downside of materialistic, can be a downside of Moon in Taurus. Eating too much can be a downside. Oh wait, this is not your moon sign then. If you're asking for a downside, you're asking from another person's moon sign then. I know you then. Meaning, I know what you're trying to ask. This is not of you. Why would you ask someone else's sign? You want to look at the weakness of another person, Miss Roxy Fool. We only look at other people, at the weakness if it's not us. Because you want to know someone's weakness so you can penetrate their moon. That is not good though. I don't think so. If you want to look at your own weakness, okay, if you want to say that this is your moon sign, the weakness of your own moon, if it's in exaltation, in any exaltation, is that they think they're the best. Exalted planets, I'm good. Then it means like, I'm good. I'm stable. Okay, the weakness of this, okay, if this is your moon sign, Mixie Roxy, is the part that you are so fixed. So fixed, never gonna change your mind. I'm good. I'm a moon in Taurus. I'm stable. I'm good. Nothing is going to change me. Nothing's going to break my mind. I will not change. But in the world, things constantly change. So imagine in a world that constantly change and you won't change. It will break you. The world will break you. So that's why they say they want the moon to flow. And if it's in a fixed sign, is it flowing? It's not. So people who have fixed moon Aqua, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, child. Okay, I pray to the gods. We want the moon to flow. Moon in Libra. Okay. Moon in Libra. Well, having a moon in Libra, well, I feel like depends on the nakshatra, of course. You know, we do have Chitra, I believe Chitra. Okay. It can give you a very, the mom can be like very relaxed with you. Okay. It's not like a, but of course, it depends where Rahu and Ketu is, of course. um, but it can be you're more of, since Libra is a scale, it's balance, right? Your mind is always about trying to scale things and seeing, perspective of others, and then here and there, especially if you say it's a third house creation. So you're very creative, you're artistic, but you can get stuck inside your head where, oh, what do I do, since I have to choose first? I have to choose. You have to weigh, you have to consider, you consider a lot of things, can be. But if you have if your mind is set already, your mind is good. Once you settle it, because the Libra has to choose. It's a choice, and it's a Venusian sign also. So you have Chitra, Swati, and Anuradha. So it only means that this whole moon sign that you have in Libra, you can have a very creative mind in Venusian, artistic, painter, okay, musician, writer, film. Venus is film, so it's in Libra, but we have to look where Venus is also, right? And then we have to look at Chitra, if it's Chitra Nakshatra, Anuradha, all these things, okay? Moon in Cancer. Oh, we forgot this. The owner of its own. Having a moon in Cancer, okay? So it's in its own home. Own home, the moon gives, I forgot that, 50%, okay? 50% only. If it's in own sign, or Mula Trikona is gonna be 75%. So when moon is in Cancer, I said I'm not gonna take long today, and I'm here. Okay, we have to wrap this up soon, guys. I have to go to the store, and then I have to make the charts, and then I have to make... So anybody who wants to get their chart, you can get to the description box below, or in the comments there. Okay, the Astronova. Let me go back to your question. Moon in Cancer. Okay, this is a good way of ending it, meaning wrapping things up. Moon in Cancer, in its own home, 50%. So you would have you have a very kind, caring, nurturing mom. Naturally, would give you what you need. So you probably growing up, the mom has good influence on you, which means you have sorry, a good influence has a lot of meaning. Okay, has a lot of meaning. It doesn't mean that the mom was your number one supporter. It can be the mom could have been critical also, but the mom was always there. How about that? The mom is always there, whether you need them or you don't need them. The mom is always there. So is that good? Is that bad? It's up to you. Okay? But the moon in Cancer can have, in a way, will find their own comfort in life. 50-50. It gives 50%. So you may have a nice home, a nice car, a nice bed, of course, because that's, that's a sleep part. It's a fourth house. But you don't get it like a Jupiterian or Venusian way. Jupiter doesn't care, gives you so much. Venus, same thing, gives you so much. The moon here will just give you what you need. Very nurturing. You find the comforts in life. The little things in life you appreciate. Moon in Cancer. Sensitive, of course. Intuitive, of course, Now, moon in Cancer, it depends, of course, if it's also how it is connected in Navamsha, okay? Because you can have, you can have different placement in Navamsha, which is from within. This is just a physical. Okay. So do you guys, okay, so if everybody, okay, everybody in the room, wow, there's 300 people in the room. Oh, and thank you very much whoever has given the super extravagant chat, what do you call that? Super chat, supernova, I call it supernova. Okay, so since we have been blessed by the internet connection, okay, this was a very lovely class that we have today. Okay, I love the energy of everyone in the room, and especially that you guys are, have all these good questions today. Now I'm gonna give a roll call for everyone who's here. meaning to hi everybody in the room. I won't be able to give you guys the names, but you guys know who you are, okay? Who is in the room. You guys are such a blessing for this class, and everybody who is waiting for their chart, you can reach us at contactsupport@salvadora.com. If you are patient, I appreciate you. And if you're not patient, I wish you well, okay? And what else? It's not gonna work in your timeline, okay? We work with the ethers, okay? The way that as a mystic work, if it's meant, you will get your chart. If it's not, don't take it against you. Maybe it's not the time for you to get your chart read, okay? So that's how it is. We cannot get what we want. We only get what we deserve, which is our Navamsha. Soon we'll discuss Navamsha. And the next topic for this, which was supposed to be the topic today, is the moon in different houses. So let's begin, because this is an intro to the next class. The intro, this is a snippet, like the moon in the first house. What does it mean? It gives the person a healthy body, good looking, because the moon is very hypnotizing, glowing skin, mind you, moon in the first house, okay, very how to call this, not because Venus is like voluptuous, moon is very flow, okay, like they got the curves. Venus is curves, moon has a flow, okay, so very sleek, you know. Now, they can have issues with their private organs, private party, private parts, okay? And those are some things, okay? Now, especially if it's in ascendant, because it's moon in the first house, it is going to be identical to Cancer, Taurus, or Aries. It can indicate the native will have its liberal, very beautiful, rich, enjoys the pleasures greatly. That's having a moon in the first house. Meaning, there's a lot more to this. So make sure you ring the bell. Soothing presence, very calming, moon in the first house. So next time, we're going to have moon in second house, third house, fourth house, all the houses we will discuss. This one basically is just a discussion, an intro. It was supposed to be the topic today. But like what the moon does, I go with the flow. If I were just fixed, it wouldn't have worked out. They probably cut the internet. Okay. So anyhow, thank you very much for everybody in the room. To get your chart, you go to my website, eatrylove.me. You can get the Astronova or the birth chart. And that's where I will see you. Okay? I'll see you guys again. Bye.